4. Notwithstanding any contractual provision 12. To the contrary, and so long as a stay under this SEC, 13. Shin is in effect, a counterparty to a contract with 14. The government of Puerto Rico for the provision of 15. Goods and services shall, unless the government of 16. Puerto Rico advises to the contrary in writing, con. 17. Continue to perform all obligations under, and comply 18. With the terms of, such contracts so long as a stay 19. Under this section is in effect. Provided that the Gov. 20. Government of Puerto Rico is not in default under such 21. Contract other than as a result of a condition specie, 22. Fied in paragraph 3 of this section. 23. Verdate November 24, 2008, 12:35 March 24, 2016 JKT 000000 PO 00000 FRM 00103 FMT 6652 SFMT 6201 users D birch appdata roaming softquad X metal /7.0 gen C PUERTO1.xm March 24, 2016, 12:35 p.m. F:/LMS /114th PUERTORICO_02.xml F:/VHLC /0324116 /0324116.052.xml 624681112 104 Discussion draft Title v Puerto Rico 1 Revitalization Act 2 SEC 501 Definitions 3. In this title, 4. 1. Act 76. The term Act 76 means Puerto 5. Rico Act 76 to 2000, 3 LPRA 1931 ET sequel, AP, 6. Proved on May 5, 2000, as amended. 7. 2. Oversight Board. The term Oversight 8. Board means the Puerto Rico Financial Oversight 9. And Management Assistance Board as defined by 10. Section 101 of this Act. 11. 3. Critical Project. The term Critical 12. Project means a project identified under the PROV. 13. Science of this title and intimately related to address. 14. Ing an emergency, as defined by Section 1 of Act 7615. 3 LPRA 1931, whose approval, consideration, 16. Permitting, and implementation shall be expedited 17. And streamlined according to the statutory process 18. Provided by Act 76, or otherwise adopted pursuant 19. To this title. 20. 4. Energy projects. The term Energy 21. Projects means those projects addressing the Gen. 22. Aeration, distribution, or transmission of energy, Nat. 23. Ural gas, and similar fuels. 24. Verdate November 24, 2008, 12:35 March 24, 2016 JKT 000000 PO 00000 FRM 00104 FMT 6652 SFMT 6201 C:/users D birch appdata roaming softquad X metal /7.0 gen C PUERTO1.xm March 24, 2016, 12:35 p.m. F:/LMS /114th PUERTORICO_02.xml F:/VHLC /0324116 /0324116.052.xml 624681112 105 Discussion draft 5. Emergency. The term emergency 1 means any event or grave problem of deterioration 2 in the physical infrastructure for the rendering of 3 essential services to the people, or that endangers 4 the life, public health, or safety of the population, or 5 of a sensitive ecosystem. This shall include problem 6 in the physical infrastructure for energy, water, 7 sewer, solid waste, highways or roads, ports, 8 communications and other similar infrastructure. 9. 6. Environmental Quality Board. The 10. Term Environmental Quality Board means the 11. Puerto Rico Environmental Quality Board, a board 12. Within the executive branch of the government of 13. Puerto Rico as established by Section 7 of the PUR, 14. To Rico Act 416 2004, 12 LPRA 8002A. 15. 7. Expedited Permitting Process. The 16. Term Expedited Permitting Process means a PUR, 17. To Rican agencies alternate procedures and terms. 18. Mirroring those established under Section 2 of Act 19. 76, 3 LPRA 1932. 20. 8. Fiscal Plan. The term Fiscal Plan 21 means the fiscal plan as defined by Section 20422 of this Act. 23. 9. Governor. The term Governor means 24. The Governor of Puerto Rico. 25. Verdate. November 24, 2008, 12:35 March 24, 2016 JKT 000000 PO 00000 FRM 00105 FMT 6652 SFMT 6201 C:\users /D birch /appdata /roaming /softquad /xmetal /7.0 /gen /c /puerto1.xm. March 24, 2016, 12:35 p.m. F:\LMS/114th /PUERTORICO_02.xml. F:\VHLC/032416/03246.052.xml, 62468112. 106. Discussion Draft. 10. Interagency Environmental Sub. 1. Committee. The term Interagency Environ. 2. Mental Subcommittee means the Interagency Sub. 3. Committee on Expedited Environmental Regulations. 4. As defined by Section 4 of Act 76, 3 LPRA 1934, 5. And adopted pursuant to this title. 6. 11. Legislature. The term Legislature. 7. Means the Legislature of Puerto Rico. 8. 12. Planning Board. The term Planning. 9. Board means the Puerto Rico Planning Board, a 10. Board within the executive branch of the government. 11. Meant of Puerto Rico established by Act 75 to 1975, 2312. LPRA 62 ET Sec. 13. 13. Puerto Rican Agency or Agencies. 14. The terms Puerto Rican Agency or Puerto Rican. 15. Agencies means any board, body, board of exam. 16. Inners, public corporation, commission, independent. 17. Office, division, administration, bureau, department. 18. Oversight board, official, person, entity, munici. 19. Pality, or any instrumentality of the Commonwealth. 20. Of Puerto Rico, or an administrative body authorized. 21. By law to perform duties of regulating, investigating. 22. Or that may issue a decision, or with the power to. 23. Issue licenses, certificates, permits, concessions, AC. 24. Creditations, privileges, franchises, except the Senate 25. Verdate November 24, 2008, 12:35 March 24, 2016 JKT 0000000 PO 00000 FRM 00106 FMT 6652 SFMT 6201 C:\users \d birch /appdata /roaming /softquad /x metal /7.0 /gen /c /puerto tilde1.xm. March 24, 2016, 12:35 p.m. F:\lms\114th /puertorico_02.xml. F:\VHLC /0324116 /03246.052.xml, 107. Discussion draft. And the House of Representatives of the Legislature 1. And the Judicial Branch 2. SEC 502. Position of Revitalization Coordinator 3. A. Establishment there is established, under 4. The Oversight Board, the position of the Revitalization Co. 5. Ordinator 6. B. Appointment 7. 1. In general the Revitalization Coordinator 8. Nator shall be appointed by the Governor as follows, 9. A. LL prior to the appointment of 10. The Revitalization Coordinator, the Oversight 11. Board shall submit to the Governor no less 12. Then 3 nominees for appointment. 13. B. LL in consultation with the 14. Oversight Board, within 10 days of receiving 15. The nominations under subparagraph A, the 16. Governor shall select one of the nominees as the 17. Revitalization Coordinator. Such nomination 18. Shall be effective immediately. 19. C. Failure of nomination if the 20. Governor fails to select a Revitalization Coordinator. 21. Nator, the Oversight Board shall, by majority 22 vote, select a Revitalization Coordinator from 23. The list of nominees provided under paragraph 24. A. 25. Verdate November 24, 2008, 12:35 March 24, 2016 JKT 0000000 PO 00000 FRM 00107 FMT 6652 SFMT 6201 C:\users \d birch /appdata /roaming /softquad /x metal /7.0 /gen /c /puerto1.xm. March 24, 2016, 12:35 p.m. F:\lms\114th /puertorico_02.xml. F:\VHLC /0324116 /03246.052.xml, 108. Discussion draft. 2. Qualifications in selecting nominees 1. Under paragraph 1, A, the Oversight Board shall 2. Only nominate persons who 3. A. Have substantial knowledge and expert, 4. Ties in the planning, pre-development, financing 5. And development of infrastructure projects, Pro. 6. Vide that stronger consideration shall be given 7. To candidates who have experience with energy 8. Infrastructure projects, 9. B. Does not currently provide, or in the 10. Preceding 3 calendar years provided, goods or 11. Services to the government of Puerto Rico, and 12. Is not the spouse, parent, child, or sibling of an 13. Individual who provides or has provided goods 14. And services to the government of Puerto Rico 15. in the preceding 3 calendar years, and 16. C. Not be an officer, employee of, or 17. Former officer or employee of the government of 18. Puerto Rico in the preceding 3 calendar years. 19. 3. Compensation. The Revitalization Corps, 20. Donator shall be compensated at an annual rate D, 21. Determined by the Oversight Board sufficient in the 22. Judgment of the Oversight Board to obtain the serve, 23. ISAs of an individual with the skills and experience 24. Required to discharge the duties of the position. 25. Verdate November 24, 2008, 12:35 March 24, 2016 JKT 000000 PO 00000 FRM 00108 FMT 6652 SFMT 6201C : users / dbirch / appdata / roaming / softquad / xmetal / 7.0 / gen / c /puerto tilde1.xm. March 24, 2016, 12:35 p.m. F:/LMS /114th /PUERTORICO_02.xml. F:/VHLC /032416 /032416.052.xml, 624681112. 109. Discussion draft. C. Assignment of personnel. The Executive 1. Director of the Oversight Board may assign oversight to board personnel to assist the Revitalization Coordinator. 3. D. Removal 4. 1. In general, the Revitalization Coordinator. 5. Nator may be removed for cause by the Oversight 6. Board. 7. 2. Termination of position upon the 8th. Termination of the Oversight Board, the position 9. Of the Revitalization Coordinator shall be termi, 10. Nat. 11. SEC 503. Critical projects. 12. A. Identification of projects. 13. 1. Project submission. Any project spawn. 14. SOR may submit any existing, ongoing, or proposed. 15. Project to the Revitalization Coordinator, and the 16. Relevant Puerto Rican agencies for consideration as 17. A critical project. Such submission shall include, 18. A. The impact the project will have on an 19. Emergency, 20. B. The availability of immediate private 21. Capital or other funds, including, loan guaranty, 22. T's, loans, or grants, to implement the project, 23. Verdate November 24, 2008, 12:35 March 24, 2016 JKT 000000 PO 00000 FRM 00109 FMT 6652 SFMT 6201C : users /dbirch /appdata /roaming /softquad xmetal /7.0 gen /c /puerto1.xm. March 24, 2016, 12:35 p.m. F:/LMS /114th /PUERTORICO_02.xml. F:/VHLC /0324116 /0324116.052.xml, 624681112. 110. Discussion draft. C. Economic benefits provided by the 1. Project, including the number of jobs to be created. 2. Aided. 3. D. The status of the project if it is exist. 4. Ing or ongoing. 5. E. Additional criteria. The Revitalization 6. Coordinator, in consultation with the Governor. 7. deems appropriate, and 8th. F, in addition to the requirements found 9. In paragraphs A through E, the following 10 criteria apply to energy projects and how the 11 project will 12. I. Reduce reliance on oil for electric 13. Generation in Puerto Rico, 14. 2. Improve performance of energy in, 15. Infrastructure and overall energy efficiency, 16. 3. Expedite the diversification and 17. Conversion of fuel sources for electric gen, 18. Irration from oil to natural gas, and renew, 19. Ables in Puerto Rico, 20. 4. Promote the development and UTI, 21. Lization of energy sources found on Puerto 22. Rico, 23. Verdate November 24, 2008, 12:35 March 24, 2016 JKT 000000 PO 00000 FRM 00110 FMT 6652 SFMT 6201C : users / dbirch / appdata / roaming / softquad / xmetal / 7.0 / gen / c / puerto1.xm. March 24, 2016, 12:35 p.m. F:/LMS /114th puertorico_02.xml. F:/VHLC /032416/032416.052.xml, 624681112. 111. Discussion draft. V. Contribute to transitioning to 1. Privatized generation capacities for the 2. Puerto Rico Electric Power Authority, and 3. 6. Additional criteria the Revitaliza, 4. Shin Coordinator, in consultation with the 5. Governor, deems appropriate. 6. 2. Certification of expedited permit, 7. Ting process 8. A. Within 20 days of receiving a 9. Project submission, each Puerto Rican agency 10. Identified in paragraph 1, shall submit to the 11. Revitalization Coordinator the agency's exp. 12. Dieted permitting process. 13. B. Failure to provide expedited permit, 14. Ting process, if a Puerto Rican agency fails 15. To provide an expedited permitting process 16. Within 10 days of receiving a project submiss, 17. Zion, the Revitalization Coordinator shall 18. I. Consult with the Governor of PUR, 19. To Rico to develop within 10 days and 20. Expedited permitting process for the 21. Agency, and 22. 2. Require such Puerto Rican agency 23. To implement the developed expedited PUR, 24. Permitting process pursuant to the oversight 25. Verdate November 24, 2008, 12:35 March 24, 2016 JKT 000000 PO 00000 FRM 00111 FMT 6652 SFMT 6201C : users / dbirch / appdata / roaming / softquad / xmetal / 7.0 / gen / c / puerto1.xm. March 24, 2016, 12:35 p.m. F:/LMS /114th puertorico_02.xml. F:/VHLC /032416/03246.052.xml, 624681112. 112. Discussion draft. Board's ability to establish and impose 1. Regulations under Section 208, d, of this 2. Act. 3. B. Critical Project Report 4. 1. LLL for each submitted project. 5. The Revitalization Coordinator in consultation with 6. The relevant Puerto Rican agencies identified in Sub. 7. Section A. 1. Shall develop a critical project report 8. Within 60 days from the submission of the 9. Project, which shall include 10. A. An assessment of how well the project 11 meets the criteria in subsection A. 1. 12. B. A recommendation by the Governor on 13. Whether the project should be considered a crit. 14. ICL project. If the Governor fails to provide a 15. Recommendation, the failure shall constitute a 16. Concurrence with the Revitalization Coordina. 17. TOR's recommendation in paragraph C. 18. C. A recommendation by the Revitaliza. 19. SHN Coordinator on whether the project should 20. Be considered a critical project. 21. 2. Submission to Oversight Board with 22. In 5 days of finalizing a critical project report. 23. The Revitalization Coordinator shall submit it to the 24. Oversight Board. 25. Verdate November 24, 2008, 12:35 March 24, 2016 JKT 000000 PO 00000 FRM 00112 FMT 6652 SFMT 6201C:\users /D birch /appdata /roaming/softquad /xmetal /7.0 /gen /c /puerto1.xm. March 24, 2016, 12:35 p.m. F:\LMS\114th /PUERTORICO_02.xml. F:\VHLC/0324116/0324116.052.xml, 62468112. 113. Discussion draft. C. Action by the Oversight Board within 1. 30 days of receiving the critical project report. The 2. Oversight Board, by majority vote, shall approve or 3. Approve the project as a critical project, if the Oversight 4. Board 5. 1. Approves the project shall be 6. Deemed a critical project. 7. 2. Disapproves the project, the Oversight 8. Board shall submit to the Revitalization Coordinator 9. In writing the reasons for disapproval, and 10. 3. Fails to act and the Revitalization Coordinator 11. Nader had recommended the project be deemed a 12. Critical project, then the project shall be deemed a 13. Critical project. 14. SEC 504. Miscellaneous provisions. 15. A. Creation of Interagency Environmental 16. Subcommittee 17. 1. Establishment within 60 days of the 18. Date on which the Revitalization Coordinator is AP. 19. Appointed, the Interagency Environmental Sub. 20. Committee shall be established in accordance with 21. The provisions of Section 4 of Act 76, 3 LPRA 22. 1934, and shall evaluate environmental documents 23. Required under Puerto Rican law for any critical 24. Project within the expedited permitting process. 25. Verdate November 24, 2008, 12:35 March 24, 2016 JKT 000000 PO 00000 FRM 00113 FMT 6652 SFMT 6201 C:\users \d birch \appdata \roaming /softquad /xmetal /7.0 /gen /c /puerto1.xm. March 24, 2016, 12:35 p.m. F:\lms\114th /puertorico_02.xml. F:\VHLC /03241603246.052.xml, 62468112. 114. Discussion draft. 2. Composition. The interagency environ. 1. Mental subcommittee shall consist of the Revitaliza, 2. SHN coordinator, and a representative selected by 3. The governor in consultation with the revitalization. 4. Coordinator representing each of the following agent. 5. CIEs. The Environmental Quality Board, the Planning. 6. Board, the Puerto Rico Department of Natural and 7. Environmental Resources, and any other Puerto Rican agency determined to be relevant by the Revi. 9. Tailization Coordinator. 10. B. Regulations, Orders, and Contracts. The 11. Revitalization Coordinator shall approve or disapprove of 12. Any action taken by the governor pursuant to or mirroring 13. Section 11 of Act 76, 3 LPRA 1941. If the Revitaliza, 14. SHN coordinator disapproves such action, the oversight. 15. Board shall review such action within 30 days and shall 16. Ratify the revitalization coordinator's disapproval by Ma. 17. Majority vote. In such case, the governor's action shall be 18. Null and void. If the oversight board fails to act within 19. 30 days or fails to ratify the revitalization coordinator's 20. Decision, the governor's action shall be ratified. 21. C. Specific compliance of boards. The ENVI. 22. Environmental Quality Board and the Planning Board must. 23. Adopt and follow the specific provisions of Act 76 directed. 24. Verdate November 24, 2008, 12:35 March 24, 2016 JKT 000000 PO 00000 FRM 00114 FMT 6652 SFMT 6201 C:\users \d birch \appdata \roaming /softquad \xmetal /7.0 /gen /c /puerto1.xm. March 24, 2016, 12:35 p.m. F:\lms\114th /puertorico_02.xml. F:\VHLC /0324160 0324160.052.xml, 62468112. 115. Discussion draft. Towards each board, and take whatever actions may be 1. Necessary to comply with the intent of this title. 2. D. Length of expedited permitting process. 3. S. For each critical project, Puerto Rican agencies. 4. Shall operate as if the governor has declared an emergency. 5. Pursuant to Section 2 of Act 76, 3 LPRA 1932. Seconds, 6. SHN 12 of Act 76, 3 LPRA 1942, shall not be applica. 7. Bull to critical projects. 8. E. Expedited permitting process COMPLI, 9. ANS 10. 1. Written notice a critical project. 11. Sponsor may in writing notify the Revitalization Co. 12. Ordinator or the Oversight Board of a Puerto Rican. 13. Agencies, or the Revitalization Coordinator's failure. 14. To adhere to the expedited permitting process. 15. 2. Finding of failure if the Revitaliza. 16. Shin Coordinator or the Oversight Board finds the 17. Critical sponsors notification to have merit, the Re. 18. Vitalization Coordinator or the Oversight Board shall. 19. Direct the offending party to comply with the exp. 20. Dieted permitting process. The Oversight Board may 21st. Take such enforcement action as necessary as Pro. 22. Vitied by Section 104, J, of this Act. 23. E. Review of Legislature Acts. 24. Verdate November 24, 2008, 12:35 March 24, 2016 JKT 0000000 PO 00000 FRM 00115 FMT 6652 SFMT 6201 users /d birch /appdata /roaming /softquad /x metal /7.0 /gen /c /puerto1.xm. March 24, 2016, 12:35 p.m. F:/LMS/114th /PUERTORICO_02.xml. F:/VHLC/032416032416052.xml, 62468112. 116. Discussion draft. 1. Submission of acts to Oversight. 1. Board. The legislature shall notify the Revitaliza. 2. Shin Coordinator and Oversight Board of any Pro. 3. Post act of the legislature that may affect the X. 4. Petited permitting process. 5. 2. Finding of Oversight Board upon Re. 6. Seat of an act from the legislature under Para. 7. Graph. 1. The Oversight Board shall promptly Re. 8. View whether the proposed act would hinder the X. 9. Petited permitting process, and upon such a find. 10. Ing. The act shall be deemed contrary to the fiscal 11. Plan and shall undergo the review process as identi. 12. Fide by Section 205, A, of this Act. 13. F. Prohibition of certain terms and kindi. 14. TIONS. No Puerto Rican agency may include in any SIR. 15. Certificate, right of way, permit, lease, or other authorization. 16. Issued for a critical project any term or condition that. 17. May be permitted, but is not required, by any applicable. 18. Law, if the Revitalization Coordinator determines the term. 19. Or condition would prevent or impair the expeditious con. 20. Struction, operation, or expansion of the critical project. 21. SEC 505. Federal agency requirements. 22. A. Federal points of contact at the request. 23. Of the Revitalization Coordinator and within 30 days. 24. Of receiving such a request, each federal agency with juris. 25. Verdate November 24, 2008, 12:35 March 24, 2016 JKT 0000000 PO 00000 FRM 00116 FMT 6652 SFMT 6201 C:/users /d birch /appdata /roaming /softquad /x metal /7.0 /gen /c /puerto1.xm. March 24, 2016, 12:35 p.m. F:/LMS/114th /PUERTORICO_02.xml. F:\/VHLC/032416/032416.052.xml, 62468112. 117. Discussion draft. Diction over the permitting, or administrative or environ. 1. Mental review of private or public projects on Puerto Rico. 2. Shall name a point of contact who will serve as that agent. 3. Size liaison with the revitalization coordinator. 4. B. Federal grants and loans for each CRID. 5. ICL project with a pending or potential federal grant. 6. Loan, or loan guarantee application, the revitalization co. 7. Ordinator shall cooperate with the relevant point of con. 8. Tact, and vice versa, to ensure expeditious review of such 9. Application. 10. C. Expedited reviews and actions of Federal 11. Agencies. All reviews conducted and actions taken by 12. Any federal agency relating to a critical project, shall be 13. Expedited in a manner consistent with completion of the 14. Necessary reviews and approvals by the deadlines under 15. The expedited permitting process, but in no way shall the 16. Deadlines established through the expedited permitting 17. Process be binding on any federal agency. 18. D. LL. No action undertaken by a federal EN. 19. TIDI regarding a critical project shall be considered at 20. Major federal action for purposes of the national envy. 21. Environmental Policy Act of 1969, 42 U.S.C. 4332. 22. SEC 506. Judicial Review. 23. A. Exclusive jurisdiction except for review by 24. The U.S. Supreme Court on writ of certiorari, the United 25. Verdate November 24, 2008, 12:35 March 24, 2016 JKT 000000 PO 00000 FRM 00117 FMT 6652 SFMT 6201C:\users/d birch /appdata/roaming/7.0/gen/c/puerto1.xm. March 24, 2016, 12:35 p.m. F:/LMS/114H/PUERTORICO_02.xml. F:/VHLC/0324160324116.052.xml, 62468112. 118. Discussion draft. States District Court for the District of Puerto Rico shall 1. Have original and exclusive jurisdiction to determine 2. 1. The validity of any final order or action, in 3. Including a failure to act, of any federal or Puerto Rican agency or officer under this title. 5. 2. The constitutionality of any provision, or any 6. Decision made or action taken under this title, or 7. 3. The adequacy of any environmental review. 8. With respect to any action under this title. 9. B. Deadline for filing of a claim. A claim 10. Arising under this title must be brought no later than 30 days after the date of the decision or action giving rise. 12. To the claim. 13. C. Expedited consideration. The District 14. Court for the District of Puerto Rico shall set any action 15. Brought under subsection A, for expedited consideration. 16. Taking into account the national interest of enhancing. 17. Puerto Rico's infrastructure for electricity, water and 18. Sewer services, roads and bridges, ports, and solid waste. 19. Management to achieve compliance with local and federal. 20. Environmental laws, regulations and policies while in Sur. 21. ing the continuity of adequate services to the people of 22. Puerto Rico and the Commonwealth's sustainable eco. 23. Nomic development. 24. Verdate November 24, 2008, 12:35 March 24, 2016 JKT 000000 PO 00000 FRM 00118 FMT 6652 SFMT 6201 C:\users /D birch /appdata /roaming /softquad /xmetal /7.0 /gen /c /puerto1.xm. March 24, 2016, 12:35 p.m. F:\LMS/114th /PUERTORICO_02.xml. F:\VHLC/032416/032416.052.xml, 62468112. 119. Discussion draft. SEC 507. Supremacy. 1. The provisions of this title shall prevail over any Gen. 2. Earl or special provision of Puerto Rican law or regulation 3. that is inconsistent therewith. 4. SEC 508. Severability. 5. If any provision of this title, or the application of 6. such a provision to any person or circumstance, is held 7. to be unconstitutional, the remainder of this title and the 8. application of the remaining provisions of this title to any 9. person or circumstance shall not be affected thereby. 10. Verdate November 24, 2008, 12:35 March 24, 2016 JKT 000000 PO 00000 FRM 00119 FMT 6652 SFMT 6201 C:\users /D birch /appdata /roaming /softquad /xmetal /7.0 /gen /c /puerto1.xm. March 24, 2016, 12:35 p.m. F:\LMS/114th /PUERTORICO_02.xml. F:\VHLC/0324116/0324116.052.xml, 62468112.